KTTeeV. This is KT, and I have Miss Daisy Lopez, and she will be talking to us today about some of the things that they're doing in her district as far as digital online learning. And so, I guess, how you doing today, Miss Daisy?
We're doing good, trying to survive out here in the Rio Grande Valley.
I know that it is a lot going on, and I'm pretty sure that you all are quarantining. And the thing about this school thing is it keeps going, you know?
Right.
And so I guess, can you give us a little bit of background about you and what do you do in your district?
Okay. I'm actually a kindergarten teacher, but I also assist fourth grade writing, especially now that we were gearing towards, the STAR and it's coming down in April. So we kind of get taken out of the classroom to assist upper grade levels with STAR assessments.
You think about the socioeconomic status, and when you
Mhm.
say digital learning,
Right.
how does that apply for your school?
I know that our school is composed of 94.1% economically disadvantaged students, while the state of Texas, I think we're only looking at 60.6%. So we are way up there. That really kind of puts a strain in our budget because we have to assist so much and our percentage is so high. And I think this kind of intertwines with what we're talking about today, which is, what are we going to do now? How are we going to facilitate getting the kids their education like they're accustomed to on a daily basis?
What is the plan to educate everyone while they're home?
I know before the release date for spring break, we did send home the kids with a lesson plans. We're actually 2 weeks worth of lesson plans and their textbooks. We also use Class Dojo to contact parents to kind of communicate with them on a daily basis. So that's been implemented since day one. So we kind of, communicate through there. Another thing that I'm using is I'm already preparing videos on YouTube. So that way the kids can go in there. I know that they have access to YouTube. We use it a lot in class, maybe through the parents' phones. But that is something that I'm planning to, start on Monday effectively. So the videos are ready to go. Being a kinder teacher, you have to have a routine in place. So these kids are very well aware, from 7:20 to 7:45, that's my breakfast. And I really do encourage parents to stick to that schedule, only because, it makes it a little bit difficult once they return to class and they just got to go through the whole ordeal again.
I know you said like 2 weeks. So now, how does that go when it's time to push further? What happens after these 2 weeks?
I'm pretty sure they're going to bring up some type of meeting. I know the notice that was sent home, it was very detailed to the point where administrators are still going to continue to go into the school and try to plan. Lead teachers will be attending the meetings so that we can talk to our grade levels and plan further ahead. As of right now, we're only looking at 2 weeks of, having the kids out aside from the spring break. So that's how far we're looking at right now. I don't foresee anything, other than unless we're notified of it, of course.
I think that's for us too. I want to say at this point we're thinking April 10th or
Okay.
somewhere around there, and then we'll start looking at if we have to get ready to go back. Are you all on spring break this week?
We are, yes. So this is officially our spring break week, and we received notice. Our extension is until April 6th.
Okay, well, I want to say thank you for taking some time on spring break to talk about school stuff. I do understand vacationing. I know you said that you're talking to the parents on Class Dojo.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
So then, how often are you talking, or I guess not that much this week? But once we get started back, will it be like an everyday conversation, or how does that go?
It's been every day since we left. And it's kind of like, yeah, like they'll text me like, or they'll message me and they'll ask me, can they start the work already? And I'm like, no, hold off. Like, let them enjoy this week. And then we'll effectively start the following week. But I know, even like simple things like, what can we use to practice at home? I know during this age, it's critical for children to know their ABC sounds, blending. This is the foundation for their reading. So if they're missing out on this important, part of their education, you pretty much can determine that it's going to affect them further on. We do have some kids that are already, I mean, kinder kids this year that were reading at a second grade reading level. So they're pretty high up there, but you start to think about those kids that are not there yet and how this is going to affect them. And it takes a toll on everybody.
Resources. Will you like direct them to? I know you said they'll be able to get on the YouTube. So do you use
Right.
any other online resources for them?
Yes, we do. Throughout the year, we've been doing iStation, and that kind of, even they're in kinder, they already know the program. They know how to log on by themselves.
Yes.
And a lot of that for reading. I'm pretty sure people are aware of what iStation, helps with comprehension and critical thinking and vocabulary. So that's going to help them at home. It is recommended that they log on and stay on for 45 minutes each day. And then we're also using Imagine Math for the math courses and resource. A lot of kids enjoy because of the games, but at the same time, they're also learning. We also have Mayan, which is a books online. And the good thing about it is they have Spanish and English. So that helps us a lot because a lot of our kids are not reading in English yet, especially the kids that are barely coming over from Mexico. We also use, let me see what else, Story Online. I use that a lot in the mornings with my kids, and that's like people basically, reading orally stories to the children, and they need that right now. And then also Read, Write, and Think. That's another one that is a really good resource for the parents. There's lesson plans, there's games, printouts, and stuff that can help the kids during these 2 weeks.
So now everybody's got their lesson set up, but how are you being intentional about the socialization
Hmm.
of the class? So how does that work? Because right now it sounds like everybody you'll be doing stuff from your house. How do you put it together?
Right. I think that's one of the things that they're going to miss out on. You know what I mean? Especially like elementary level, that's critical. That's so important. And people might think, "Oh, you know what? It's just 2 weeks or maybe it's going to be just a month," but for their development, it is needed. And that's one of the biggest fears that we have, especially for the English learners, that they need that continuous communication with their partners in English so that they could grasp onto the language.
That talking, that language is very, very important. Especially at these ages. Those are some very important years because then you're learning to read.
Yes, definitely.
Do you have kids of your own?
I do. I have three boys. I have one that's 15, so he's a freshman in high school. I have one that's 13. He's in middle school. He's a seventh grader. And then I have a 5-year-old. He's pre-K 4.
How are they doing it for? I know we're talking elementary, but like how are they doing it for the middle and the high school? How's that working?
They've been communicating with their teacher as of Saturday. And I know the teachers were asking, what textbooks did they have at home, how the class was going to, be conducted online, what were they going to be expecting, what readings were they going to be having to do while they were out. So the communication is there. And I think before we went on, one of the things that me and you discussed was, how middle school and high school, especially well for us here in the Valley, they've been doing it for a while already. But when it comes down to the elementary level, it's not implemented as much as the upper grades.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The biggest thing is that like a lot of the Schoology and things like that will be new for some of our younger kids. But that iStation though, yeah, they are very, very familiar with that iStation.
Right.
So then it'll just be going in and having the teacher set up the lessons and all that good stuff. So I understand totally. Any words of wisdom or encouragement that you would have for someone going through something like where you're just kind of coming up with things, but the access is limited. Like, what would you tell someone?
I would say use whatever method of contact you have already. Don't be such in a rush. I know that there was some comments being made that parents were going out and buying laptops and computers, and the money's not there. So our libraries are effectively closed. Just do what you can. At this point, I think there's an understanding. I think as teachers, we go far beyond what is required, and whatever the parents need, always remember that your teachers are your best resource. So if anything, just reach out to them.
I just wanted to say again, thank you for taking some time out to do the interview. I will make sure to get this up because I hope that it can help someone who is also struggling with the resources. And that will do it for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is KT signing out. 100.